Hello and welcome to the Irish Hunting Podcast, the no bullshit podcast for the outdoor enthusiasts. If you're into hunting, fishing, fine wines and even finer foods, you've come to the right place. So pull up a chair. How's it going, folks, and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast. On this week's episode number 77, we bring you everything from the cornfields of Hungary to the swamp fields of County Kildare. We've everything from hunting red stags, Hungarian stags, wild boar, fallow deer, Sika, gun clubs, the whole 9 yards. As ever, we'll bring you our roundup of news and events from around the country, and back with a bang, our first Let's Talk gear of the season, we bring you the much anticipated Term Tech. Hope you all enjoy. He's back, boys. Anthony Grogan. How are you getting on, lad?
Jeez, you look a bit different.
I do, lad. I have the fucking head shaved as well.
Honest to God,
yeah. I was sure it was on borrowed time anyway. Do you know what I mean? Every time the poor old hairdresser or barber was like, she was running out of ideas. You know what I mean?
The autumn is coming, man. So
yeah, sure.
the leaves are coming off the trees.
As she said, I just got to say it. She's like, what do you want it? I says, just take it off the fuck.
Yeah,
let it off.
Be done with it.
Be done with it, man.
Yeah,
Commit to it now, anyway. So yeah,
good stuff.
What's been going on, man?
Sure. Look, same old.
Heaps.
Yeah, running around in circles yourself.
Yeah, sure. Look, same old crack. We're going to dive into all of Hungary, and I can't wait to hear because, for a change, we haven't spoken. Before this.
Normally we spend 2 hours, I think, talking about before what we were going to talk about and so on.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be ad lib, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole experience. I was absolutely jealous. There's no point in saying I'm not going to beat around the bush at all. I was looking at you, and I was looking at the scenery. You looked like you got fairly good weather for a lot of it.
We did for the first bit, yeah.
The place you stayed in was absolutely unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
Rob looked like he was having a fucking ball.
Yeah, he was settled in there nicely.
Yeah. Top to bottom, man. It looked absolutely class.
Yeah, look cool. It was everything, all of that and more, and we'll dive into it. And but yeah, kind of glad to be home now. It's been a couple of weeks of no, look, poor me, you know.
I'll tell you, I won't be getting sympathy here. I'll tell you fucking that.
You as you know yourself, it ain't fucking easy. It's not a holiday per se. Then you throw in copious amounts of alcohol on top of that as well. So but it was good. It's good to see it and good to be home. I'm back to the shitty weather out here.
Yeah. Well, it's not too bad in fairness today, and yes, it's not too bad. But
there's a kind of I was out at the match there with the young fella, and there's a kind of there's a bite in the air and a misty kind of winter's rain, isn't there? So
sting you.
Sting you, that's right. So, come here. What's been going on with you, club boys? You are rocking on.
Rocking on. Yeah, I can't actually remember where we finished off at the last podcast, but
the birds had a little bit of a cough.
They did. We gave them another bit of a dose, but we've let out birds. We've let them out. So what we did was when was that last? Jesus Christ, I'm all over. Last Saturday. No, was it Saturday? Oh, Jesus, I'm all over the place with this. Sorry, the previous Sunday, we decided we'd let out birds because that pen is probably, we're under pressure with 170 birds in it. We were initially only supposed to have 150. Another 20 became available. So we took them. We probably just should have kept it to 150, I'd say. Yeah. As big as that pen is, but when them birds get mature, you'd be surprised.
They fleece it,
They do, in fairness, you know. So they were fighting and they were picking at each other a good bit. So we decided, right, we need to reduce some of the numbers, man. So we did. We got a big effort, in fairness. A good few lads landed down here on the Sunday. We got the feeders, or the bottoms for the feeders. We had the barrels. So we just, there was about 5 or 6 of us or 7 of us here, and we just all kind of got like a conveyor belt, man. Yeah. Just mowing through it. Got all that done. Then we headed up to the pen, caught up birds, and like 2 lads go that way, 2 lads go this way. We put up a good few feeders. I think we put up, I'm not trying to remember, I think we put up about 9 feeders so far. We've another 7 there to go out, which is not too bad of going.
Yeah.
So we have them off, and we hung them. We actually, a lot of times we used to do them, we would traditionally the legs, but the lad said to me during the week, said that the rats or horses to go up and they just ate the shit out of the barrel. So that's what we done. We got no shortage of good oak trees, so we hung nearly all of them.
And there's better anyway. I think we're transitioning to that as well, because the badgers even and if you've deer, but definitely the badgers and that would be on at them and knock them over and stuff.
So
it's you're better off.
And it was grand because you can kind of put them in places you normally wouldn't be able to put them.
Yeah, exactly. Get a bit of shelter as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what we done. We put out 33 or 4 birds, which was kind of, we're going to put out more this weekend, I think. So that was that. We got all our signs made up as well.
Signs look deadly as well, man.
Yeah, it turned out well now,
Brilliant.
in fairness. Yeah, I have to say a big, massive shout out to Nevada Sign and Design there. He done the signs for us, Gary Farrell there. So he done them for us. So yeah, we got the signs up. We actually I had stuff there and I got, it's like kind of, I suppose, perspex, but there's like there's a very, very thin layer of like aluminium.
Okay.
On both sides of it, but it'll flex a little bit. But so I actually ended up Tech 7 and the signs to it, because you know the way sometimes if a sign is up and they're big, the wind catch and it bends it.
Yeah, bends it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we Tech 7 them to it, and then myself and Ross, we just went around and just put signs up.
Deadly stuff.
Yeah. So it was grand. Yeah.
How was the Big Easy?
Not a bother on him, man. New shotgun.
Did he get a new shotgun?
Got a new shotgun, man.
Didn't know that.
He did, absolutely. Yeah, we were down in Mix the other night, getting what were we getting? Oh, we were getting the feeders. And he has an owl. Sorry, the Big Easy. Sorry. You're talking about the keeper. Big Mac. Yeah. Oh, the Big Easy's grand, man. Yeah, not a bother. Yeah, he's just had to buy the house.
Is he?
He is.
Fair play to him. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, it's all gone through, man. Yeah, so we'll be probably seeing a lot more, Ross.
Good. Yeah, good. Hopefully we get out for a shot with him now soon, you know?
Yeah, honest God, not a bother on him, man. Yeah, no, he's living his best life at the minute, flying it. So, yeah, no, Big Mac. We went down to Mix in Central Cold the other night to get feeders. And he has, what's that gun McKeever has? It's an old, have you seen that old shotgun? No,
I've never seen a shotgun, no.
It's an old, I think is it a minstrel or something? Or it could be, I'm not sure what it is. It's something along the lines of that, yeah. But one of the firing pins was fucked in it. And he got it fixed, but it was old. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was just old. It served its purpose and it was gone. And he was spending thousands on scopes and handheld thermals and everything else. And I kept saying to him, lad, you need to change your shotgun. Like, you know what I mean? So we were down in Mix the other night, and I just said to Mick, I said to McKeever, I says, well, you're down here now. You know what I mean? Have a look. Do you know?
Yeah.
So he says to Mick anyway, and he was looking at under overs and something kind of around the €1,000 mark. And Mick brought him out a few bits and pieces, and then I said to him, McKeever, I said, what about semi-automatic, man? You had one, you loved it, like. And he's like, yeah, maybe, yeah. He says, what have you got semi-automatic? So he brought out this, what's it called now, man? It is an absolutely stunning shotgun, semi-automatic. Jeez, I'll have to figure out the name of it now, man. Semi-automatic, I think they're made in Turkey, but it's timber and bronze. It's like a bronze colour on it.
Nice.
They're absolutely gorgeous, man. So he bought, I think they're around €1,400. So he bought, done the application, sent it back in, and had his licence in the post yesterday, in the space of a little over a week.
Fauci, no.
When I see it here now, it'll
yeah, look, that's the beauty of doing things ad lib.
Yeah,
nothing prepared.
Not prepared. Yeah.
But fair play to him. And that's a bit of duck shooting, bit of rough shooting.
Yeah.
Is Big Mac in the club? He's in the club, is he?
Yeah, he's secretary of the club. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. That's
Yeah,
sure, Dan. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a good shotgun that won't let him down.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. I'll find out the name of that, and I'll actually, I have pictures of it. I must post them up and stuff. But
deadly.
Yeah, so he has that. That's him geared up.
Well, long may she wear, or well may she wear, rather.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. What's going on with your club?
Same. We've been phase releasing as well, so we're down to, I think we've probably be 160, 170 left in. Similar to yourself, probably overstacked the cage. But see, pens were similar to yours. Were late. Mm-hmm. Late being it's like every year, you know, because you start one every year, and then so we'd late getting the crop in, so the crop wasn't fully developed, and then they mill through it double quick time. Then, so you're on the back foot all the time, and then they make shite of it, and then you're pulling in nettles and fucking briars and stuff to them to try and keep them occupied. So, but yeah, next year we're getting a little bit better every year, but we've another 60 coming, adult birds coming now next week. So we'll throw them into we have one of the other pens is free for the last couple of weeks, so there's a bit of growth in that, and we'll throw them in there for a week, and we'll throw out 20 or 30 the first week, and then the second week, just to mix in a few adult ones as well to keep some of the other lads happy as well, you know. Yeah. But with some lovely colours, man. lovely Melanistics, obviously ringnecks, a few scotches and whites and stuff. So yeah, there's some really cool colours.
Is there?
Yeah, that's so it'll be cool. So, and then we're just planning. I actually have to book that as well. The first, obviously, because we will not feel that, is the festivities for the night, a bit of grub and a few pints.
Yeah.
And the competition and stuff like that. So I have to get that organised. With a couple of kids from the schools up visiting the pens. I rounded them up there. It was Sunday. And brought them down to the pen just to see, and the previous week as well. Because some of them were involved in rearing. Some of them so were trying to pick out the ones they'd reared and so on. Yeah, it was cool. And then the schools, we managed, thanks a million to Joe Bright in Kilcock, who donated feeders and feed for the schools, and going back to some of the schools, well, to these schools, put out feeders on the school grounds with a bit of feed and release a pheasant back onto the school grounds on each of the schools. So that'll be cool. It'll double up as a pheasant feeder and wildlife feeder. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So that's, I'm hoping to get them tomorrow. And and then it's just usual kind of club business. Then, you know yourself, gathering up a few bob, getting the end of year accounts and stuff in order, and seeing where we are money wise, and then trying to make a plan to next year. But this year I'm going to, right up until last year, was kind of flat out with fundraising and stuff. This year I was going to enjoy the first, you know, go out for a day shooting and get the bit of group organising and a few points, and that'll be that, happy you know.
Days. Yeah, happy days, man. It's Fall in Love. It's on a Friday this year, isn't it?
It's cool.
Friday, yeah. Fucking sure, yeah. Looking forward to that now.
I absolutely cannot wait, man. I just cannot wait for a bit of rough shooting. You know, it's just, you miss it when it's gone. Like, it's so quickly. Well, it goes so quickly. Yeah. So getting out a bit with the dog again. Was out with him last night, and trying to have him kind of ranging well. He's not going too far ahead of me, going into the ditches left and right, and still doesn't know he's after. So Rob's coming down Friday morning. He's going to bring down a few partridge, and he's going to show me how to start introducing game properly and stuff like that, and getting him on the. Now, as I said to you, the little fucker has a nose for rabbits and hares anyway, because he took after one leg of a hot rock on one of the days, but which is good to see. So, but yeah, just need to get him on a little bit of game, or her on a bit of game now. And I know it's late enough in the year, but c'est la vie. Yeah, you know,
exactly. Yeah,
it's better than
the way you were last year.
Yeah,
it was better than the way you were last year.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You could be like me with near a dog.
Yeah, one of the lads actually was messaging about how was Brenny getting on with the cocker, and I said the cocker is the same as his owner. Neither lead nor drive.
Absolutely, well, that was out of an outward. Yeah,
I know.
He's an old pet.
You wouldn't hear, or you wouldn't change chasing it for the world. He's a beaut, an absolute beaut. But
I am going to bring him out again this year. I am going to try him.
Yeah.
I'm going to try him. Yeah. I've been bringing him walking the roads over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Past couple of weeks and stuff now, so I am going to start introducing him. I brought him up sometimes when I'm feeding the birds, and especially when we let him out and kind of let him rummage around and get a scent of him and stuff. So I'm not giving up on him just yet. Do you know what I mean?
Look, at any dog is better than no dog, as I say. Better than you trying to go into a ditch and raise a pheasant over it.
Absolutely, let him off the fuck. Yeah. So look, we'll see how it goes.
Come here to me. You were hunting a little bit.
We'll get mine out of the way, 'cause mine's harmless enough now. You know
hunting is hunting, man. It doesn't matter whether it's here, there, or anywhere. It's the same thing. We're all chasing.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we got a new bit of land, myself and McKeever in Kildare, right? And it holds red, and we'd everything geared up. And we went after the first afternoon. We went down after it, and there was a couple of heads there, but things just weren't right. I couldn't get myself into a safe position to take a shot. I didn't have the right backstop on the animal I wanted to take the shot on. So it was really, it's deceiving. You wouldn't realise how low down you were and how high they were.
Yes,
when you're looking through a scope at a distance, it's not major. It doesn't look like a lot.
Yeah.
But when you're from a different vantage point, you look down and you go, geez, I didn't realise that field went up, you know? So the decision was made. We wouldn't do it. Couldn't get it right. And then darkness fell. So we headed off out there. The next day we went. I think it was the next day we went down. We went down probably around, I'd say 4:30, 5 o'clock ish, and we'd everyone with us now because it's, do you know what I mean? It's hard ground and these are red and you won't drag them. Okay, fuck, you will not drag them up. So we'd quad on trail with everything geared up to go, and I just thought to myself, there's a lot of things in hunting you can kind of plan for, even though there's maybe nothing you can do about it.
I know where this is going. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that can change. Wind can change. They can get a smell you. You know what I mean? They can see you, which is can happen. They're not in a shootable position. But one thing you don't account for, you don't expect to happen, is for a fucking Aer Lingus 737 to frighten them. We were stalking in on these deer, and whatever, it was the most peculiar, whatever was going on, I don't know, and you'd still be a good distance away from the airport. Like, I was stalking in these deer, and they were out in front of me, man. They weren't more than probably, I'd say 60 yards. No, that's a lie. No, probably 110 or 20 yards maybe. And I was going in on them, and I could hear the planes. Now, I had kind of subconsciously noticed on the way down to them. There was a lot of planes flying around, but you'd never expect to see them around here.
Yeah.
So in we were going anyway. And next thing, man, you'd swear it was on purpose. This jet came clean out overhead, and I could see him coming out over the deer, man. And I was kind of thinking, man, maybe they're used to it. And by jazz, man, the minute it kind of broke through kind of the clouds, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And this the of the engines, and that was it. They just gone, man. And that was
Come here, a couple of stags in it.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any roaring?
No roaring.
No.
And then we were up in Wicklow on Saturday morning. Was that Saturday? Saturday morning. I didn't hear any roaring either.
Any whistling? No.
Not a bit. Not on a place where you normally would, like.
Yeah, the Sika. Stevie White told me years ago, the last 2 weeks in October, I think, or last week in October, first week in November, I think that's what he always plans the Sika route on.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Reds are now, probably from last week, probably coming to the tail end of it, I would say.
Yeah.
And then I think the fellow are actually starting right now.
Right? Yeah. Look, it was kind of like, it was great. You still, obviously, you get out and you enjoy the hunt and all that, but I kind of dedicated a whole weekend to it, which I don't have too many very often more than yourself. And it was just unfortunate that I don't know when I can't just, drop a hat this weekend. All right.
I know. You look, but look, it was nice to get out, man. Look at 2/3 of the way there. You managed to stalk in. You managed to see a deer. You managed to see the right deer. And then look for forces outside of your control. Sure, what else can you do? There's very little you can do other than that. Other than go again. Get back on the saddle, as I say.
That's it, exactly, man, exactly. But that was the holy all of it. Talk to us now. Over to you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Untethered and Wanderwise, where adventure has no age limit. We're your co-host, Heidi Brandist and Nikki Mahundro, and we're here to inspire and celebrate women over 45 who are embracing their independence and want to explore the world on their own terms.
Yeah, so we left off, I suppose. We chatted about Donegal, which reminds me, he's just had a message in there. Lance has invited us back up, obviously, and he wants to firm up on dates and stuff like that. He wants to bring the IHP back to Donegal. So we'll chat about that and make a plan. Please God, to get back up to him and see what the story. See, can we get an Irish one?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, so we tipped off on the Monday morning. So bright and early, I think. Fucking 3:30 or 4 o'clock, we were up and had a bit of coffee. Over we went, and this is fucking did the drop and go thing at the airport, man, because with the rifles and stuff, fucking dream.
Yeah, gift.
Just drive up, you drive up, hand your money or key, all the bags onto the trolley, and you just literally walk 20 yards, and you're in the airport, like literally in the fucking airport.
No way, man.
So I just took all that kind of, remember that messing with
do
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
now, look, I've done it loads of times, and I know it's I think it was an extra 40 or 50 quid, man, but fuck me.
Jesus Christ. Gift, yeah.
You have to worry about, she parks it and all for you, and then it's ready for you when you come back. Your little locker box, scan it tells you box 70, press your button, open your key, and tells you what parking spot.
No way.
All undercover and everything, you know what I mean?
That's some job, man.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's
brilliant. So I really, really recommend that. If you're bringing, because the rifle case is awkward.
Yeah.
With the bag and the small bag and the big bag. Yeah. Look, you remember it only too well.
Yes.
So that was that, and then we got Fairness Aer Lingus, man, like a dream on this end, just a fucking dream. Met a lovely girl. I told her, look, there's two of us here, so you might as well do. Yeah. So she in fairness, she was delighted to assist, and it went through like a dream. Just literally showed her the licenses, opened the ammunition box, closed up the rifle, European license, passport, boom. Mm-hmm. She said, we'll finish checking in all the luggage. She actually took our small luggage, checked in our small luggage as well, so we'd nothing to do, only our little laptop bag or whatever. And brought us down to the little the oversized. In we went, and that was us. We were in and out, job done, hour. So we had breakfast and all, tipped on the plane, no drinking this time. And then obviously didn't realise that the plane, there was something wrong with the engine, and we had to fucking switch plane.
Jesus.
It's 2 hours. So the plane was delayed 2 hours. And that kind of fucked up our because we were hoping to get out on the roads the first night, you know. And got over there, had a little car, was actually smaller than the car, if that is possible. That the McQuaid book last year.
Fucking McQuaid.
Got that, picked it up at the airport. Brilliant service as well, man. Straight in, fucking at the back of the Ibis, the hotel.
Yeah. Spot on, yeah.
I was looking up this thing, I remember you. So,
Big sick head, yeah.
And then straight down, and 2.5 hours, man, we were there, and we pulled up to, you seen the gates opening.
Yeah.
And a big long avenue, and just literally left and right of us was road here moving. I tried to get a video as best I could on left and right.
Yeah.
Road here moving everywhere.
No way.
You pull up and there's a little kind of gazebo area for fire pit and a few chairs and stuff, and then the castle's on the left hand side. Yeah. And you're met there, man. There's good old Sonny, how do you call him? Meet you with their lovely two glasses of Palenka.
No way.
And get them into you to welcome you, and then it's straight into hunting gear and straight out hunting.
Go with fuck.
Rob was actually going after roe and boar, so he went with one guide. I went with he went with Nimrod. I went with Bietza, and we just went two separate ways. Obviously, Jan was there to welcome us and all, and Janis went with Rob. I literally went 500 yards up to a tree stand. I was after red, so I only had about half an hour before light faded, and then that was my gig. So I went back and managed to put in my fucking contact lens back to front in the rush, and then had a bit of a job getting it out, and then pinched the bottom of my eyeball, and
shite.
Yeah, so that's why I had Terminator eye in the thing. So that set me off on a nice start.
Oh, man.
But anyway, I got changed up, man. And I said, now I'll fucking settle in here. You come in, and I shot the video of all the heads, man. It's like Hunter's Heaven, you know?
Is it?
Real old style. Bedrooms fucking immaculate. And then you come out, and then there's fucking peanuts and pretzels and fucking a full drinks fridge over in the corner.
No way.
And Sonny straight out, man. Tea, coffee, Palenka. I said, sure, I'll have another Palenka.
No way.
So I was waiting for the boys to come in, you know.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, disclaimer of Palenka, man, right? It puts you through a range of emotions. I told us, Rob, you know, start, you're drinking it, you're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, fucking, oh, jeez, warm and tingly.
Yeah.
Then you get a little bit kind of emotional. So, jeez, isn't it great to be here, you know? And then you say, where the fuck are these lads? It's fucking 9 o'clock. So you go from 0 to 100 on the revometer, but the boys didn't come in till about 10:30. Sure, what I realised was Sonny didn't have a word of English, man. Yeah. And by 9:30, neither did I. Every time I put this little glass down, he'd run over and fucking with another one and switch it, you know. So he'd run over, drop a full one, and I said, "Oh Jesus Christ!" And there's only one way you can drink it. Is, in my opinion, is to shot it, like, you know.
No way. Yeah.
Because you can't really sip it. It's like poaching. Do you know what I mean?
Beat the holy Jesus. Okay.
And they said this is a pear one or something. I could taste no pears off it, man. But so then I had to slow down and start sipping it, which was fucking. It burned the lips, it burned the throat.
Imagine what do your insides.
Yeah. So sure. By the time the boys get in, sure, I was 3 sheets, man, and but they didn't see. They seen actually a load of stags, and a couple of small boar and female boar.
Yep.
So, and you're not allowed to shoot female boar over there this time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they come in. We had a few glasses of wine then, and our dinner at fucking 11:30 that night.
No way, man.
And the food, man, was just.
And did they do the food and all for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This traditional, like, Hungarian soup is starter. Like a big bowl of it, as much as you want. It's like a stew, man. It's not soup.
No way.
But like really hearty broth, and then always some sort of wild game or something. The first night was chicken liver, diced chicken liver.
Yeah. And
a chicken thing with kind of like a wild mushroom sauce.
Right.
Then a dessert as well. Sure, we were like fucking.
This is a load of bollocks, man.
I know, I'm telling you, man.
This is an absolute load of my bollocks, man.
And then they were there like, is there, you want tea, coffee, fucking, just literally. And then we went to bed and back up then at 4 o'clock. We were in bed at 1 o'clock, back up at 4:30. Boys collected 4:45, straight out in Stalking.
Yeah.
First morning, man, it was beautiful. It was like a frosty winter's morning over here, like a little bit of frost on the grass, a bit of a mist. And my guide hadn't a word of English, but he had this kind of like electronic cigarette, that didn't smoke until he put this cigarette into this thing, and he could take a drag of it, and then it's like a vape, but it's a cigarette thing.
Oh, right.
It's popular over there, but he was cool as fuck, man. He was using it to test his wind. He'd just take a puff of this, and I got a little video of him doing it, a puff into the air, test it all, like every couple of meters testing the wind,
No.
The guys have to do 5 years, I think, in college to become a hunting guide. Do 3 months if you want to shoot at all.
No way, man.
So, but yeah, we could hear this yoke bawling.
Yeah.
I took the video of it, like just bawling into our left. And so we stalked into a kind of little wooded area, and it opened up into a little small green area, kind of roughage, and up into a little tree stand, and we waited. And I could see the little head of a doe just bopping. And then this big stag came out, so put her in perspective, the first couple of weeks in September, I think there's only a certain amount of medal animals are allowed to be shot, so I think it's 12 or 14 or something.
Okay.
And after that, then that's all they'll shoot. Right. So then obviously we follow over, so you're allowed to take, any weighted heads, but they have to be abnormal, so they have to be, missing a tine, three tine on the forks on one side and maybe 2 on the other, or 2 forks, like 2 spikes rather.
Yeah.
So anything abnormal you can take up to whatever weight you want. And obviously I was after a kind of a niche bit of that. I was after, 4 or 5 kilos up to 7, 8 kilos.
Yeah.
So like you're taking a lot of the younger animals out, and then obviously then potentially what you're looking for is an 8 or 9 year old animal that's abnormal,
Yeah.
So, and they're not just everywhere. But anyway, this was a metal slag, so we couldn't take him, so we came back down. And with that, we turned right, and we're walking up in between 2 little strips of forestry. And I could hear some rustling, like the antlers banging off into the right-hand side. And a young deer, he was only a spiker, about 2-year-old, just ran from right to left, like about 30 metres in front of us, man.
Savage.
But the power, it's just...
Yeah.
The power at which they run is just phenomenal when they're that close to you.
Yeah, yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know we shoot them, we see them and all, but like when they're in full stride, that close, man, they're such a majestic animal. But we stalked on until about 9:30ish, see nothing else. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't much activity that morning. Back in, you get your breakfast then. Breakfast is like fucking full cold meat selection, all cheeses, fruit, yogurts,
I'm going to stop you there now for a second, right? That's load of bollocks, man. I mean, what's the difference between when we went and when you went?
But you were shooting stags, man. That's the difference.
That's what it must be, is it?
Yeah.
Only us poor.
We had Cocoa Pops last year.
Only us old paupers. We were given a bit of timber to each or something.
I don't know, man. Maybe they knew who was coming.
Must have fucking been. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's like, and then you cannot eat, man. The amount of stuff.
No way.
Just like, and then do you want your eggs, fucking toast and rolls and stuff? But so yeah, then you take a bit of a rest then for the morning.
Yeah,
and he asked you what time you want your lunch or your dinner at. So you can have a bit of fruit at lunch, and then but we couldn't, man. We couldn't eat that amount. So we said, look, we'll have our dinner at 4:30, not 3:30, because we're heading out at 4:30. And like that, it's always kind of, we had wild venison calf, we had fucking wild boar.
Nice.
Another day, just the food was stunning, man.
Was
absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And then back out at 4:30, and similar that evening again, man. Stalked in a bit up into a tree stand, and then you're kind of waiting. And like that, we had to go up into one tree stand. Wind was right when we were walking up to the tree stand.
Mm-hmm.
Wind started to change. We're in between two lanes of forestry. Changed. We had to come down and stalk another maybe kilometre in further up into another tree stand. So we're at the far end of the forestry. Mm-hmm. And again, a couple of does came out on the right hand side of us, 3 or 4, a small spiker, but we could hear the roaring, man. There was roars everywhere, and you could hear stuff in the thing. And then with that, a boar came out right underneath a tree stand. It's mad. It was singular, so it was obviously male, and a big enough one. And I was saying, geez, you know, if Rob had been here, he gets the boar. And he's, well, it turns out he had seen a good few stags that evening. So it kind of went dark, and I said to Beata, like, rather than coming home early because the boys were going to be late, I said, do you mind if you stay for half an hour just to see, like, and with that, I put on my sniper hog, the lamp. I wasn't going to shoot a boar, but I just wanted to glass something and see if something come out. And I took out the thermal, and I got it on video, and I'm going to send it to you actually when I haven't downloaded it yet. But there was a young stag come out on the left hand side. Like, I actually arranged it 60 or 70 yards, 72 meters, I think. So just literally there. And if you had been half an hour earlier, I could have shot him, you know.
No way.
But literally he was there, and he was roaring his head off, and then he was fucking taking a piss in the ground, and then he had his antlers, and he was roughing up the ground, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stomping.
Oh,
man, you want to see it. And then he just sat down, just literally sat down there. Like, and next thing, every now and again, he'd this big ball roar.
Fuck off.
And I stayed there watching him for about an hour, man. I'd say your man was, fuck this, like, you know.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out.
Yeah, so we tipped off, and the same crack again. Had a few pints that evening, back up the following morning. So I was out into Bitur morning. I was thinking, man, I'm getting same fucking scenario here now, three days in.
Yeah.
So similar, we went to a different area, and with that, got text. The boys were after getting lucky, so we had to fly over to give them a hand. And turns out Rob had shot a lovely, beautiful, abnormal stag.
Yeah.
Similar to it, if you could imagine, kind of like a hybrid head. Now, I'm not doing it justice, but it's probably standing about 2 feet tall from the crown to the top of the antler. But just, it's really cool and white. It's fucking. They'd never seen anything like that over there. They said,
no,
just
way.
A white antler the whole way up. So yeah, he managed to take that down, and by the time we were coming over, they'd pulled it out of the forestry. They had to drag it out of the woods just into a kind of a grass area. And then the Jeeps, they're upgraded Rangers as well, man.
I've seen that.
Yeah, they have winches on the back of them, and this little gate thing that comes down.
Drag them up.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, fine animal. But when I say, man, walking with ticks,
Yeah, you were sure saying that. Yeah,
man.
Are you serious? Yeah,
dude, I'm not messing out. You like if the animal was there, right, and it was moving. There was that many. I'm not. There was thousands in this now.
No way, man. And how did they combat it? Like with their boys are dealing with them, or did they just
a fucking pair of gloves in the way you go?
Is it? Yeah.
They didn't seem to. Now the ticks have took a fair liking to Robert between Donegal and then the Hungarian ones. Well, he got another 2 or 3 in him over there.
No.
He got about 20 ticks in him up in Donegal.
Jesus Christ, man.
I had to pull one out of his arse, man. I told you that, yeah? Well, just under the cheek of his arse, man.
You guys are really bros.
If the poor cunt, man, he had bites everywhere. Like, it was literally, there was ones in his head, the back of his head. And he just said, here, man, come here. You may come here and see there's something. And literally, I went, if your man had come up the stairs, man, right? I was down on my hands and knees, right? And had my little tick remover, right? But I went to touch it, like with the thing, and its legs started to fucking move at the back and tried to bore in even further.
No,
like it was fully in him.
No,
and they get some grip, man.
Dirty bastards, man.
Did you ever get one in you?
No.
Yeah, I got 2 in Donegal.
Did you?
But they were only small.
Yeah.
He got about 20.
Jesus.
And he got another. I'd say he got another 5 or 6 over there.
No way, man.
Little fuckers.
Christ.
But that was the biggest thing because it was still warm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I don't know whether that plays much heat in him. But and so yeah, got him in. He went back. They have a big chiller room there with a winch in it.
Yeah.
You have to put it in. So unloaded that, and then Giannis. Did he go out that evening then? Yeah, Giannis went back out that evening with Rob again. And Giannis shot. It was actually Rob spotted it. Mm-hmm. He said, Giannis, abnormal head. And he could see it bopping. And Rob was glassing it in the Swarrows. And he said, yeah, fucking 2 and 3 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And said it to the guide. And Giannis managed to take a fucking beautiful abnormal stag. Mm-hmm. Like, Rob's stag was big. And we all thought it was big, but this motherfucker was huge proportions, dude. They're a huge animal. So that was the 2 boys in the bag. So the 2 boys then, we decided Janos was going to sleep over. Ursula left him there with us, and he said, "Do you mind if we go on the beer?" So we went in the beers. We opened one thing of Palenka, 1 bottle, and then myself and Janis drank. Rob didn't like the Palenka.
Yeah.
And he managed to fucking square one away to me the night before. So myself and Giannis had a bottle between us, and we opened the second bottle. Jesus. And then Rob said, Rob was going to the toilet, and I said to Giannis, now tell this fucker, man, it's bad luck. And it's a Hungarian tradition, man. He has to fucking. So when he came back, Giannis, Robbie, will you? He played the part. Robbie, will you honour me by having it? So Rob was 3 bottles wine deep at this stage.
Be the Lord, yes.
And so he started to drink Palenka, and half 1 quarter 2, man, I had to call it quits, man. I was wrote off. And in fairness, Sonny had left lovely fucking meatballs out for us for the midnight snack.
Oh, nice.
And they went down like I was there just scoffing meatballs straight. And into bed. And I didn't hear another thing, man. But the boys played on, I think, for another hour or 2. The talk was that we were going to, like, this is how silly you become. When you we'll stay up. We won't bother going to bed. Just go out hunting in the morning.
Yeah.
But I said, no, I'm going in. Got a couple of hours. So probably 2 o'clock, I was back up at 4:30. Oh, and I was like, and I went in. The 2 guides were outside waiting. I said, boys, I'm going to have to make a coffee, man, because I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And where's Rob and Giannis? So went into the boys, and I got Rob's anger. I was shaking him, and I thought he was dead, man, for a minute.
Fuck off.
And all I could see, I looked over into the car. Here was Giannis in the other bed, and I could just see the sheets going up and down. You know what I mean? It was like a mummy, but with life in it. And I was over and I grabbed it by the toe, you know, and he just sat up like the Undertaker. You know what I mean? And I says, "The guys are outside. You going hunting?" And just collapsed. So and it was torrential rain, man. It was horsing down.
Yeah,
just like fucking straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so out I went, man, like a fucking. Stalked about about a kilometre and a half on a kind of roadway. It was like a fork. There's a tree stand in a kind of like a chicken's foot, a tree, and we just sat up there. And there was times, man, I wanted to get sick out of fucking high seat.
Fuck off.
I was half praying, man, if something comes out here, I won't be able to pull it. I won't be able to drag it. I won't be able to grolic it. But nothing. There was one doe and a calf into the right hand side, and that was it. And there was nothing even calling. What we kind of found out, like, especially when it's raining, the reds, they operate different than Sika. So the reds tend to go into the forestry and they get a little bit of shelter, and they'll nibble underneath the trees, and then they'll come out earlier to dry themselves off. So they were, and we got to see that up close, because on the dry days they were later coming out, and in the wet days they were out really early.
Yeah.
So that was cool, because you kind of learned that bit going on. And then Janis gave us a crash course in the difference in heads and how to distinguish an old head from a young head, and like things that you pick up, like only gets its first antlers, I think, after 18 months or something. So if you see a spiker, that deer is essentially 2 years old at that stage, and people often mistake them as killer stags, but they're not. They're only young bucks at that stage. So if they have their eye tines and their main tine, they'll look like a killer, but they're not. They're just a young stag. So, and then the weight of the antler. So we got to kind of walk through the castle and look at the different ones. So if the antler is like down at the bottom, where the two roses are, the older they get, the closer to the skull the roses get, so they become flatter to the skull. They're not as high up, and they also start to droop down towards they get nearer to the eyes, just to come down the head a little bit,
Okay.
So that's what it looks like. It's like, there's a name, I think they call it slipping or something like that, start to kind of come down. And then also then the weight goes from the top of the antler down to the more even. So a young stag, like we've seen a 4-year-old, and it's like, now when I say that the still be probably an inch and a half of girth on the main tine, but on the two top, be huge, be heavier on the top, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And that's how they distinguish then what animal to shoot and what animal not. And there's loads of other stuff that we kind of learned. That hopefully we'll be able to bring with us on our journey. But so yeah, that was that morning. Back out that evening, and similar story, man. So we Janis actually switched over to come with me, and we went down to where the boys were shooting, because they had seen a couple of stags down there. So we kind of did a switcheroo. We'd seen boar up where we were, and they'd seen stags like that. I got a little video of a young stag, and what really cool, I put up a photo of a fully white fallow buck.
I've seen that. That was class, man. Yeah.
Came within 40, 50 yards of us.
That's dead.
But again, last light, and then out again. So I was now down to the usual, down to the fucking the wire again. So the following evening went up into a tree stand, and two animals come out, but just not. There's about 2.5 kilo head on one of them, cull buck, and then there was a beautiful 4-year-old, and it was too big. Would have been shootable, but would have been too big for me. So didn't had the chance to pull on 2.5, didn't, and started saying, oh, should I not, and Janis said, look, if you didn't feel it, like you know what I mean, that was a stag, then you've made the right decision. So back into kind of the last morning, and it was the owner of the boss, and my guide were talking, and so they came up with a plan that what we're going to do is we're going to go into start stalking through the forestry now a little bit more, because it was pissing rain, and that's where we found out that's where they hide out. So went in, and fucking stalked in maybe a kilometre. And a lot of foliage at this time of the year, so you briars and brambles and stuff. But they have them kind of paths halfway through, you know, so you're never too far away from a pathway over there. And we came over this little brow and down into the wood. We skipped into the trees a little bit. And if you can imagine, there was like a deep kind of a drop off. Mm-hmm. And with that, we were just coming over the top of it. And next thing we seen movement over and thing. And before you're allowed to shoot at him, they have to take the scope and ensure that it's the right head, because if I shoot the wrong head, it's on him.
Oh, shit.
He's to pay, and it's nearly a fucking year's wages, man. So
Jesus Christ,
and neither of us would want that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he had to get down his hands and knees to try and check, and I had a clear shot on the animal I had a wide open space from left to right, maybe 70, 80 yards long, you know, before he started going to the woodland again. Yeah. So he didn't have a clue we were there. We were only, I'd say I was 80 yards, 70 yards from him. Didn't have a notion we were there. He was just getting out the odd ball out of him and fucking stamping, and he'd go on another little bit and he'd graze a little bit, and then he was down on his, he had to go up, and he was checking. And next thing he gives me the thumbs up. So I grabbed my sticks, run over, set up my gun, and with that he just dipped into, you know, there was light trees, just fucking. So again, we were making our way back up this hill, and I was trying to make my way through the trees, put up the sticks, back up again, and I had a shot on him, but was to the belly to the rear, couldn't take it. Back up off sticks. Next thing, he grabbed the sticks off me because the deer looked like it was going down the corner. He was grabbed the sticks to push down into the lower part, and I was coming behind. And with that, I noticed that he had started to circle back around to the right. I could see there was grasses moving. I just went, calling him back up. We ran back up to the right-hand side, and I just looked over, and Piazza was probably, he was 20, 30 yards away from me. So I said, fuck it. Put the gun up, and I could see him going through the first, between two trees. So I waited in the second set of trees, you know, the gap. I knew where he was going to be. And then with that, Piazza just come in and put his shoulder right under me, left hand. And I was bang on height, bang on everything. And I just, as he was moving, I was pulling the gun from left to right just slightly. So I'd say I had about, you know, 2 feet, you know, between the two trees. And just clipped the tree, man. And off he went. And I said, now, man, sure, that's me fucking.
Game over.
Game over. That's me shot, like. And it would have made mince of the one I ended up shooting. It was the stag, man, do you know? But off he went. I let out another ball after him, so he wasn't even fucking that fussed about getting shot at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we tidied up and came back, and kind of, as bad as it is going out and saying, you know, the evening before I said, like, I had the chance to shoot at something and I didn't. I felt all right about it. But you know, when you miss something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you know, and everyone's saying, "Oh, look, he had, you know, free hand," and I said, "Yeah, but like I had the shot." Do you know what I mean? That was the shot. Like, you know, I missed by 2 inches, but I still had a foot and a half that I could have put it in. You know, so it doesn't do you any good. And you're saying, oh, "Fuck," and then it could have been worse. I could have shot him and injured him or something. You know, but so I thought that was it, man, because I hadn't seen stags coming out early in the evening time. So I said, now the fucking chances are. So that evening then, we said we'd go out a little bit earlier, and everything that probably could go wrong fucking went wrong. The boys had to rush off for the boss to bring something to the council or some sort of documentation for the other two stags for the ceremony. And they were late coming back, so instead of being out early, we were late. Drove into the fucking 2.5 mile in this fucking bumpy cunt of a road into the middle of nowhere, and opened this set of gates, and there was like 2 big long woods, and I'm not exaggerating, man. Well, I know what it is. It's 2 kilometers long.
Cool.
But it was all after being kind of ploughed. They plough in between the forestry blocks, ready for tillage or something. Jeep went in, and just start to spin up. So we had to reverse back out, and backpack on, going on, and trek in, man. And I'm not, it was, now I was, Bietza, my guide, is built for fucking speed, and it's the kind of ground me and you were built for, you know what I mean? Slow and steady, you know, but literally up to 3/4 of the welly boot every fucking step, man. Clump. And of course, I had packed in for, it was kind of, it was given the evening to be cold, so I fucking jacket on, hoodie on, and I had a backpack with me few binos and my head torch and a bit of water and stuff. And by the time we got in there, man, got up to about maybe 500 meters from the field where we're going in, and I could just see something flicker. Put up the binos, and seeing 4 does just praying around the field. And I said, "This motherfucker's after bringing me to a field, man. There's 4 does in a minute. We have to push the does because we have to go into the field.
Yeah.
And that'll be me even shooting. No, they're going to fucking push anything that's there."
Yeah.
So we stalked in a little bit to the left, and he said, "No, they should be okay. They should be okay." So we went in and they just fucked off into the corner, and then back into the woods. So we went up into this little open tree stand, and I just looked over to my right hand side. I'm not messing, man. There was 40 deer to the right hand side. I just started to tap him. I said, "Look." He put up the spot and scope. And he said, "Yeah. Border." I said, "What? Border? No shoot."
Fuck off.
I said, "Man, 40 deer over there. I'm looking out this cunt of fucking piece of grass here, and I can't shoot any of them."
Fuck off.
And no shoot there, I said. And with that, I could see there was a big animal over, and he was fucking around. I'd say he was after having his fun, but he was making for the wood over to the far side.
Yeah.
And next thing, I heard him broke in half, about definitely 20 deer in it. I got it on video. Broke, and were running. They were pushed by something and came around and swooped up maybe 50 yards from us, all those, and into the woods. And a young buck, like a whoer after them, or a young stag after them, like a, you know what I mean, trying to get get a little bit for himself. But and then the other bit of the herd came in then as well. So I said, "Oh man, this is a fucking disaster. I'm after stalking the whole way in here, pushing fucking deer on the little bit of grass that we have to." So I set up anyway and arranged, did my ranges, got, it was 400, 480, 370, so whatever. And I said, "Look, if something was out there, I'll be able to dial in there," and so on. So at least I had all that done. And then I started to fucking doubt myself. "Oh, what's 500? Do you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So literally, so to put in perspective, 7 o'clock, pitch dark over there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're now at 20 to 7, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting taken now. I'm saying, like, this is a lot of bollocks. What luck could you have? Now you fucking idiot, you missed your chance. I was giving out to myself, and and I just literally looked to my left hand side, man, and here was a stag about 250, 300 meters coming out, and I just started to get wavy, man, because I know this is it. And he just said, "No shoot, fucking big stag." So I said, "Oh, bollocks." And I look again, another stag coming out behind him.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Then another one.
Fuck off.
6 stags, man, in the corner.
No way, man.
One was kind of, so he had no word of English now, right?
Yeah.
So he was saying, he was on a spot and scope, right? And he was saying, and I what I'm doing here is he had his fingers up and he was counting on his fingers, 1, 2, 3. And he put it, so I can shoot number 3, right?
Yeah.
So I put the rifle up, zoom in on number 3.
Yeah.
And next thing he said, "No," they'd be after, they were booking each other and playing and switching, and one was walking by he was fucking terrified I was going to shoot. And I was terrified.
Yeah.
He said, "No, 3, 3, 3. And next thing he has to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I'd have to zoom back out, range, get on the animal again, because I'd be on he was after moving now maybe 70, 80 yards.
Yeah.
Range him, dial back in again, zoom in on him.
Yeah.
And next thing there'd be one standing in front of him and they'd be booking each other, man. This was going for definitely 10, 15 minutes. No, number one. No.
Oh, God.
So I can shoot number one, yeah. How many?
Yeah.
Zoom back in him, ready to take a shot, and next thing, another lad would come up and butt him in the arse, man.
Fuck off.
And off he go again.
Yeah.
So this was going on, and literally like that, I was getting ready to, fuck this, man, this is not going to happen. So he says, shook me, and down we came down the ladder, and we just a little bit of a wood on our left hand side, but there was a small little track into the left hand side behind it. So walked up in behind it, and there was two of them kind of playing around in the corner. Mm-hmm. One big one, which he didn't want me to shoot, obviously, and a shootable stag. So stalked in, and as you know over there, the pheasants are everywhere, man. It's fucking unbelievable. Big cock pheasant right up in the top of the fucking tree. Look, push the pheasant. I look over, and here's the two stags staring straight at me. So we just stood still, didn't fucking move an inch, and let them sort of butt away, and the lad come over and butted them, again, that kind of took their attention again. One lad was kind of, he still knew there was something there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he managed to put the sticks, put the gun on, couldn't see my shot. Could see his head, couldn't see the fucking, and his head or heart and lung over there. They won't let you shoot a stag in the neck. And so no shot. Had to come back out a little, wood back down a little bit and break out again, another 15, 20 metres down the thing. And with that, the two of them right beside each other, but the stag that I couldn't shoot was standing in front of the other one, right?
Yeah. So
I kind of moved slightly to the left, just into the branches a little bit, set up my sticks, and I said, I was trying to, in broken fucking English and quiet, I'm just going to wait, wait for a shot. And he thought I meant,
forget about it.
He went, Brr. He started to call for the doe to try and make them to move.
Yeah.
And I was there, no. And he was trying to imitate to me, can you shoot? And the two boys were looking back at me now at this stage, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I put up the thing, and he went, Brr. He went, call. And I said, I just made a zip sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just waited. And with that, the arse of the other deer just moved 1.5 feet, man.
Yeah.
And I had him, he was sort of angle ways, and I said, no, I'm just going to wait another little second, because he won't go that way, he'll have to go back that way. And with that, he just straightened up ever so slightly, heart and lung, bang. I knew, instantly. And he just took off the hat and fucking high five. He knew by the sound, man.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We couldn't see, because we were actually in the middle of the hedge. So we couldn't see. We could only see about 5 meters.
Yeah,
left to right. So he ran to the left hand side, and I'll tell you how close this was, man, to being no shot. We waited there for 3-4 minutes. By the time we got up to mark the spot, we had to put on torches.
No way, man.
That is
so. Yeah. Closes in that quick.
So as you know, they're a bit iffy about going into the woods at night time and stuff like that. So we marked the spot where we shot him. Kind of seen where he went into the tree line, but we went in just on the path I was telling you about, and checked up left, right, couldn't see him, and I said, "Oh, he's after running like fuck, man. I'm after hitting, just lungs or something." But I was Rob rang me or just text me just as I pulled the trigger. I had just before I pulled the trigger, buzzing. So when I checked the phone, he said, "How are you getting on?" And I just sent him back the biggest smiley face, man. I knew it was after him when he was talking to me. I said, I knew I was nailed on this motherfucker, So about 160, 170 yards. Disappointed that I couldn't collect him that evening.
Yeah.
But we just marked the spot. Bietza found a little bit of blood trail just going into the wood. They tie a little, the way they tie a little thing on the tree. Little cloth or something, mark it, and he said, we'll find tomorrow. And I was like, oh fuck, man, do you know?
You won't be there.
So and then of course doubt starts to kick in, and I was saying to Yanis and stuff, oh man, I don't know, like fucking maybe the gun is off, maybe I pulled a little bit, maybe I flinched, because I was fucking nervous, man.
Yeah.
It was probably the most nervous time I've ever pulled the trigger,
Yeah.
And And he says, no, Bielsa reckons he's dead. He's dead. No fucking. He'll find him with the dog in the morning. So literally, we were in the airport and the messages came through. I was on the. You were asking me what's the update, and literally as I was getting it, I was sending it to you. Real time. We were sitting in that. Remember that little cafe that we sat in the previous year?
Yeah,
that's exactly where we're sitting.
No way.
And with the trolleys outside it and all, the same spot.
Yeah.
And literally, Giannis was sending me the pictures that the boys were sending him.
Some sigh of relief, man.
Jesus
Christ.
20 metres he ran.
That was it.
20 metres.
Yeah, it's amazing any time, man. You wouldn't fucking find him.
Yeah.
Not a hope. That's unbelievable.
But it was, when he went into the wood, there was it was like a dry ditch. And there was another little bit of a wood. So there was a hedge, ditch, another hedge, and then the little path I was telling you about. So he went into the hedge, went down into the dip, and didn't come out of the dip.
Okay.
That's
that was it.
exactly where he lay.
Jesus.
So 25 metres.
Yeah.
And dead as a doornail. So yeah, that was it, man. In around 4 kilo head. So
lovely.
Grand.
Lovely,
it's abnormal.
lovely.
Not by no means anything special or anything huge or humongous, but it's the biggest stag I've ever shot. So and that's what probably brought me back. I think I went over, and when you go over, obviously you're expecting, I'm going to shoot a big boar and I'm going to shoot a big stag, and the biggest lesson I took off, I was saying to Rob on the way home, is the ego thing, man. The egotistical belief that I was going to just rock over to Hungary, man, and shoot an 8 kilo head, Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This is a fucking wild. Do you know what I mean? So ate a bit of humble pie, and rightly so, man. I shouldn't be going out expecting to rock up,
pull a trigger.
I wouldn't want it that way either.
No.
Now I wouldn't. I'm doing no more, man. The next time I'm shooting something early and enjoying the rest of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, trip of a lifetime, dude.
Unreal.
Yeah,
that's class.
Trip of a lifetime.
Deadly. Well earned.
And we're booked in for next year, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Going back, man.
No, you're dead right, man.
I have to go back.
You might as fucking man.
I have to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So they're releasing dates. When we say booked in, we said we're definitely in the diary. So they're releasing dates now shortly, and they want us. They said ideally a week earlier, and we had the tail end of the rush.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Which I thought was fantastic, but they said, nah, that's nothing,
Yeah, okay, all right, geez, okay, right.
So,
deadly, man.
Yeah, so back over, hopefully, all going well, go back over. You'll have to come, man. You'll have to experience it, dude.
Yeah.
You just have to, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is hunting fucking Mecca, man.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, I know, man. I know it is. It's class. It's unreal. Sure, look, you never know. A lad might go. You'll see.
Yeah, you might go. Yeah, you might twist your arm.
And we're in November, and I swear to Jez, I have about 6 trips planned for next year, and that is the fucking truth. It's mad, but
sure, make sure you have hunting one in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah. So that was great, man. And say you were fairly wrecked when you go home.
Absolutely bollocks, man. Just fucking. Yeah. We had a little bit of drama coming back with the guns.
Oh, did you?
Because they changed the system over there. So we queued up for Aer Lingus. You're supposed to be there similar to what we are. Did Aer Lingus tell you to be there 3 hours before the flight with the guns?
With the guns.
But sure, they don't open the gates for 2.5 hours beforehand. So You're already half an hour down.
Yeah.
We queued up. And so by the time we got to the top, then, oh no, you have to go over and see a little office there and pay for the guns. So then we had to run back over to this little office, try and tell your one. Then she got the numbers mixed up. She had my European license with Rob's boarding pass. She was there, you're Robert Tracy. I said, oh, man, there's the €255.
Yeah, just fuck off. Yeah.
So she kind of knew, and then we took that up, and you won in fairness to your one at the top. And this is the thing about Aer Lingus, man. She said, when you're back over, going back over, come straight to the top of the queue.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Straight up. And she did them straight away, and she said, look, sorry. And she had already arranged her colleague to come down to bring us to the security, to the guard. The coppers.
Yes.
He just brought us into the thing, had a look at the guns, the usual stuff.
Yeah.
Through security and on. And even in all the furore, I didn't lock my ammo box.
Okay.
And the security guard came out and followed us through the gates. and got us and brought us back. And yeah. So
no way.
It couldn't have been better. But we weren't the last ones, and because obviously we probably delayed some of the other passengers to get on.
Yeah.
They held the plane for 10, 15 minutes. So
happy fucking.
You know what I mean? In fairness,
yeah,
you know, it was Ryanair, man.
Oh, if that was Ryanair, would you stop? Forget about it. He'd be gone. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So no, start to finish, dude. Trip of a life. Different. We got to see the house. Remember where we were supposed to stay?
Okay. Oh
in the woods. Now that is a savage spot, man.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That was where I seen the white fellow.
Are you serious? Yeah, it's just surrounded by. It's in the middle of the
woods. Yeah.
I seen that. Me and Yanis ended up going down there one of the evenings. Yeah. And then we were trying to get out, and Baloo was picking us up, and he got lost in one of the forest roads. Yeah, into it. Yeah.
There you go.
Last night, yeah. Were you not with me that night?
No.
Was it with me, no.
Well, Rob and Yanis shot their stag only 2 fields away from that.
Oh, are you serious? Yeah. It was Ross that was with me that night, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So there you go. Now that looks magic, man.
Magic, man. That's a big fire pit, and you're just, You're kind of, there's all cornfields all kind of in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Me and Rob said you could literally shoot your board there from the deck, and then
that's what we're thinking. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Just as easy as that.
Yeah,
and then have your few beers. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't the gas himself and Ross Rush Tom? If I was going back to Hungary, man, the number one thing on my list, and this is fucking mad, the number one thing on my list to shoot now would be a coyote.
Didn't see one coyote when we were over there.
That's mad, isn't it?
Either of us, and nor me or Rob. Didn't hear them calling. Wildcats, all right. Seen plenty of them. Seen a few badgers. Loads of rabbits and hares, but no coyotes.
No coyotes. I'd love to shoot a coyote, man.
Would you?
I'd absolutely. And McKeever, funny enough, was even saying the same thing, because I don't know, it's down to the lamp, and he said the exact same. He said, "Just if I was going back now," he said, or if I was going over, I just love. I don't know what it is. It's just because it's kind of an animal I would have always associated with America and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know, but I would love to do that now, right? Yeah.
I have to say, when I did get another go for a bit of wild boar shooting, but I'm going back over. I'm going to chase after the 8 kilo stag, man.
Are you, man? Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, I have to go. The ceremony, which we didn't like, the ceremony, man, is just
unbelievable.
Just fucking unbelievable. Like it makes your hair stand on the back of your neck. The respect they give it, and that was the one thing I kind of like. I do regret. Like I didn't get to do the last bite with the animal, because there was oak trees everywhere. And I was saying oak with Kildare and all, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it did, I would have loved to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was just my thing. But, other than that, like, couldn't really complain. But definitely going back after, like, I have to now.
Would you fuck?
Do you know what I mean? I have to now, just to fucking, to tick the box. So, and like, when you're, I think, and I want to say this correctly because I don't want to disrespect anything, you know, but the difference, and look, I wouldn't change over here either, because obviously going shooting stags over there, it's a money game, because there's money for the farmers and there's money for the hunters and there's money for the economy and so on. So, and that's brilliant. But I wouldn't change our style of hunting here, where we have the freedom, you get landowners' permission, and you can shoot deer. But probably what's after changing in my perspective, and I'd started to tweak it anyway, but definitely has gone on another level, is shooting the right animal here. Do you know what I mean? Do you know, like, and I've done it, and I look, every hunter has done it. We've shot like young, especially like reds and stuff. The Sika is slightly different, man, in terms of because the numbers in certain areas just have to be controlled, and I understand that. But with the reds, I don't know. They just have something. They're in my eyes anyway. This is a personal opinion. They're just a level above. I think they have. They're majestic. They're kind of our own. They're our oldest kind of and biggest mammal. Yeah. So I think that they rightly deserve a little bit more better treatment. You know. So like that. I'd love to see, and I'm going to try and implement it on the bit of ground that I have, is try and just encourage the right animals to come on, and to nurture that and pass on a little bit of that knowledge and stuff, that the very small bit that I'm getting over there. Hopefully that relayed here in the podcast and so on. another deadly thing, man. They've pearl teeth. You ever hear the pearl teeth? No. So on their jaw, their top jaw, there's like a little indent behind their teeth, but in that there's what's called pearl teeth. They get them, I think, after 2.5 years. But they're like oyster pearls, but like so they're kind of in the jaw.
No way.
And they're mad on them over there for jewellery and stuff. Always big tradition, because we never knew anything about them. They were probably lost when they boiled them out.
Yeah.
So we asked for them to be kept on both the two stags.
Deadly.
And you can get them made into kind of like, rings or brooches or, like pins and stuff.
Okay.
Pins.
Yeah.
So we're going to get that done. And that's another little small, you know what I mean? And another thing is that the antlers fall off obviously in February. I think it's 115 or 150 days. 115 days or 150, I can't remember. But it's over 100 days anyway, I think, for them to grow back fully. But if an antler, how an antler falls off is there's a bacteria that comes underneath the antler, and then it naturally falls off when it's ready. But if an antler is pulled off, is broken, or is taken off before it's ready to come off, that antler will always grow back deformed. That's how a lot of them become deformed heads.
Holy fuck.
So, and of course over there with poverty and stuff, with poaching, what they're after, the antlers are worth a few bob for medicine.
Oh shit, okay.
Sold on the kind of black market for medicine. So the poachers go out and they make these big fucking round snares up in the trees. So as the deer, they put them out kind of January to try and snare the antlers. But they don't realise the harm they're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could be taking an antler off a 25 grand stag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're saying? Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting as well to hear about that. So yes, look, learned loads, man. I'm not even probably relaying half the stuff that we did learn, but hopefully as the next couple of weeks go on, we'll be able to relay a bit more. But definitely, I'd for anyone that can do it, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, fucking sure, man. Yeah,
just to experience it, and you can, as I say, we missed the road there, which was a little bit disappointing. But again, we'll have a bite at that next year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But add it to the list, man. Yeah, exactly. It's more fodder for going back next year.
Exactly,
man. Yeah, well, that's fucking great now. Yeah, that was a good one, man. Yeah, fair fucks to you. Well, sure. Look, that's an interesting one there. Now, in fairness, I'm after learning a few bits there myself.
Well, look, man, I'm probably after saying half of that arseways, but sure, I'm sure I'll be corrected.
I guarantee you will.
We spent locked, at night time going through Facebook, looking at, the deer hunting pages there. He was shot a bit early. He was a perfect one. We're now becoming experts. You know yourself.
Yeah. You'll turn into one of them pain in the arse.
Yeah. Something like that.
Brilliant, man. That's how.
No, I'll never tell anyone. Whoever. My belief is if somebody's doing something legally, I stress over here, that I ain't going to be telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing.
No, for sure. Yeah,
all I'm saying is that my perspective has slightly changed just from that. Absolutely. Just knowing and to hopefully be one day able to get an Irish red with a nice head will be my dream. So I want to try and implement that. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Come here. Hunting, are you going back out this weekend or?
No, I won't be doing any hunting this weekend, man, at all. Thinking I'll try and get out next week. I will. I'd have to get out next week or towards next weekend. I'd have to get out for a shot. No, this week, just a few bits of pieces on. Actually, didn't mean to say it yet. We need to get out into the lake because here with the new gun and stuff, we're mad to get out. Boats all sorted, boats all done, the whole job. So, we might try and plan that even for the following weekend. Maybe Sunday or something,
Well, we have Sika rut now is coming up.
Yeah.
Fallow rut is started. So there's we've two plans to implement that, and then both. Obviously, you need to get back over and get after that red again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get on to Dublin Airport, man.
Exactly. And, tell to divert the fucking planes.
Yeah.
It's something you don't exactly plan on. But we will, man. Absolutely, we'll have to get out in the next couple of weeks. We talk about a bit of gear, man. We haven't really given this the due attention that it's been in the past while.
Man.
So
let's do it.
We'll roll it there, Roisin. And now it's time for a little thing we like to call Let's Talk Gear. We're back, lad. First, let's talk year of 2024, I think. Would it be? Oh, we might have done one earlier on.
We did a couple.
We did. No, we did.
We have a few pieces of gear here. Knocking around here on the. We've knives, we've bipods, and we've all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah,
but they'll be a little bit further down the road. What do you have? You have something for us?
I have, man. This is something we were talking about. Now I know you wanted to get your hands on it to get a look, but just with time constraints and stuff, you're up to your bollocks. But this is the new Thermtech range of thermal binoculars. We got this one. This is the 335L. We got this off Mick and Centre Gold. Centre Gold are the exclusive agents for them. But I heard great things, but you know the way sometimes you're thinking, is it all a load of hype? And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes like when you look through your very first ever, I think the first ever handheld thermal I looked through was, what was it? I can't remember, but it wasn't an unbelievable make. Do you know what I mean? But you're like, but it's the first one. You're like, this is class.
If you've never seen one before, if it shows up a white dot, man, it's
absolutely. Yeah,
this is army stuff.
Yeah, you do. Know? You think this is absolutely unreal. And then we've tried out a few since. We've had infrareds, we've had Lemke, we've had Pulsar. The only one, funny enough, that we haven't tried is the Hikvision. But I'm starting to think maybe they don't have the confidence in it. That's what I'm thinking.
I think Zeiss are doing a couple as well.
Zeiss, absolutely, yeah. So we've tried every single one of the rest of them, to be honest. I think nearly at this stage, and in various models and stuff. I've used infrared for a long time myself, and I've been happy with them. I like them. I've used your Pulsar. I've had a look through that. The Lemke, which we liked. I have to say, this Thermtech, from the second I put it up to my eye,
suited your eye.
I was just like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
This thing is, the
next
picture
level.
Quality is absolutely...
They're supposed to be top of the range, man.
I couldn't believe it. It absolutely was, you know. Mick was telling me, you know, about it, and I didn't even use it down there, so I brought it home, had it fully charged. I said, that's the 335L. It has the built-in rangefinder. The functionality of them is what probably sets them apart. As good as the picture quality is, and I do believe the picture quality is better than that I've seen, including the Pulsar. I have to say that. It's certainly ahead of any of the infrareds that I've used.
Very good.
The picture quality is absolutely
I've seen some of them online, man, and it's crystal clear.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the functionality is class, and it's something that a lot of thermals don't have, but the focus, a tiny little wheel right at your fingertip.
Yeah.
So an awful lot of them have one on the objective
front
lens.
Yeah.
So that becomes from a one-hand operation to a two-hand operation.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And what's the first thing that happens when you're eyeing something and you put another hand to it? You move, don't you?
Yeah.
You automatically, as good as steady as you are, you'll move a little bit. But whereas this one is, you can fully focus with one finger, fully zoom out with another. So you've got a 4-way toggle switch on the top with like a little rotation switch. On that, the functions are for, you can change your colour palettes. You can change it to another mode where it becomes almost like a 3D function. I don't exactly know the ins and outs. Maybe it's for a different type of lighting. So you've got all the different colour schemes that you can. Gold, green, red, white hot, black hot, you know. Unreal. I found the black hot on darker evenings actually was the best of the whole lot of them. Then with a simple hold back of the same button, if you hold that back, you turn on your rangefinder. So your rangefinder is deadly now, and I would say it's very, very accurate. But there's another function. I think if you hold it back, hold it back again, what it actually ends up doing is it'll actually pick up heat sources and it'll flash them. So if I was to explain something, so say if you're looking through them, say you're looking down through the lens and you are fixed on a fox that's in front of you.
Yeah.
But say if there's two cattle or something else on the left-hand side,
it'll flicker up.
It'll flicker up and tell you how far away they are. Like an alert. It'll flick up and also tell you how the distance of them. So say if you're,
like a job,
and it's as fast, man. So say if you're scanning across a field and you miss something, it will flash, boom, red straight away. There's something here. Do you know what I mean? And then you go, it could be a rabbit, it could be whatever.
Yeah, but at least
it has picked it up.
Yeah. Or something that's after going through a little bit of gorse or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So that, I have to say, that's absolutely class. The batteries, they're like a kind of an 18650 rechargeable battery. I think you're getting about 4 hours out of them, which is fairly good. Now, Mick only had one, but it done me. I was never using it for any more than that. handheld strap. You can switch it from left to right. It has a good lanyard around the neck. Comes in a really good pouch. I have to say the pouch and all that stuff is very, very user friendly now. I have to say that's
the pouch is similar to and this is my bugbear with all of them is that pouch, man. Because I find that very.
I never use it.
It's very intrusive.
Yeah, I don't use it.
What I was actually thinking of. Do you ever see my binos in the Harkilla house? You know it's on a springy string. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It pops back up.
Yeah.
Why don't they do something like that, like with a harness that just clip onto the terminal? The terminal will hold in the chest without the pouch.
Yeah.
And you can just take it up. And it goes back down and tight to the chest.
Yeah.
The lanyard is bouncing off you.
Yeah, 100%.
And that fucking thing is strapped onto you, but you have to try and get it back into the pouch.
Yeah, for sure. I mean? Yeah, that's a good
and
one actually.
Isn't it?
Like them yokes you get on the keyring that zip out.
Yeah, zip out, and then you go back in.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that'd be a good idea actually.
Wouldn't it?
That is a fucking very good idea. Yeah, I use when I'm out after deer. I've me binocular. I've the Ridgeline harness.
Yeah,
and then the good thing I like in that is there's detachable little lanyards on it. So I've got me rangefinder clipped to the side of it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So you can throw it up, or if you want to take just one clip and boom, you can use it and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be a good idea now, in fairness, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it'd be, because I know from Fox and stuff, you're climbing over gates and stuff, and then the lanyard's bouncing off you, and you're trying to protect the terminal from hitting the top of the gate, and you're trying to get over with your gun.
Yeah.
That thing, I just find it's up around my chin, and I'm here trying to take it out,
getting
it back
and it's
in.
too awkward, man. It is. They're too awkward.
They are too. Yeah,
they
but
are.
anyway, look,
bugbear.
But anyway, go on.
No, but I say I don't use it. I just throw the lanyard on me. But I can't. Honest to God, man, I can't see anything negative about the price or about the unit, and then to give it a real plus the price. That particular unit now, if you were to hand me that, hand on heart now, right?
Yeah.
If you were to hand me that unit and say, have a look through that, and I had a bit of a look through it, right? And you said to me, what do you think the price of that unit's going to be? I'd be straight away saying, well, it's Pulse, it's up there with Pulsar. Do you know what I mean? It's in my honest opinion, and the picture quality. Now I haven't spent loads of time with yours. Just looked through it, but I would have said it's definitely the 3.5-4 grand territory. It's €1,900.
Yeah, like, I mean, you've external battery with that. The features that you're just after talking about. The rangefinder,
absolutely. The picture quality in them, built-in rangefinder, full record, sound activation, everything you can think of on it is absolutely on them. Do you know,
brilliant stuff.
Absolutely class for €1,900, and that's kind of one of the higher range ones. They range to go down in prices for €700-800 units, but bang for buck. And as I say, we've tried them all. That's the best one I've seen to date.
Excellent stuff.
That's the best one.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, that's high praise, man.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think they are absolutely.
Any faults?
Class.
Any things you'd change in them?
No, literally, like even the look of the unit, it's a cool. Even the look of it, which we said, I know we spoke before. That doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. But it's nice when it looks like
absolutely.
A unit. €1,900, you know. Look, no, I can't say honest to God anything really bad.
If we have it out for another week or so, we might get out together. We have a little peep at it.
Yeah,
I'd love to get out and see it in action. You know how it's.
Yeah, you'd
running. So
be impressed.
You would definitely be the last one, just with the last 2 weeks, I've obviously been up to. If I said I was going out for a fox, I might get.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could be told to stay out.
Yeah,
permanently.
Yeah, exactly, and rightly so.
And rightly so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but no, look, that's the Term Tech. Anybody that's interested in them, I would certainly give the lads in Centre Gold Ammo a shout. Mick and Owen. This is not a paid advertisement. We're not if it wasn't good, I wouldn't be giving it the praise that it is. But genuinely, hand on heart, all you have to do is go online. You'll see some of the other reviews. But absolutely, for €1,900, you can't beat it.
Well, what I would say, I haven't even had the unit in my hand. What I would say is, for anyone interested in a terminal, tip on over to the boys.
Yeah.
Mick, no better man to bring you outside the back door there and have a look out across the fields. Yeah. And make up your own mind.
Without a shadow of a doubt,
you can see all the functions and forms that Brenny's just described there.
But don't be in a rush, because Mick will keep you talking.
He will, but you'll come out with a little bit more knowledge.
Absolutely.
Your wallet might be a little bit lighter, but you'll feel a whole pile better about it.
You will, 100%. Yeah. But absolutely smashing unit, man. And
bang for buck, great stuff.
Bang for buck, great.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. The only pint I'm deducting for is because I don't own it. So that's it.
And look, man, I think it's great to see the terminals in that bracket, because they're becoming more affordable now. They're becoming more accessible to lads. And I think we should be looking at thermals as, because I know like people say, I don't use thermals and stuff. They should be used as a safety device. You were talking about there, if you're out for you're lamping a fox, you don't have time to rescan behind. You'll always, get on the eyes of the fox, right? Off goes your torch, stop your gun. The next one is when the torch goes on, it's bang. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that, Jesus, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I just think as an added level of fucking safety, we always do it. We're out, we see a fox, you scan it, you're up in your sticks, you quickly pick up your thermal again just to make sure nothing's moved behind it or hasn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah, right.
And I've at least 2, if not 3 occasions, definitely 2 occasions, I've spot a fox, set up my gun, could see him through the night vision, and just put up my thermal again just to make sure. And lo and behold, there's a sheep or a cow was after moving out behind a couple of and look, probably still would have been a safe shot, but it was not a shot you would have took had it been there in the first place.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It makes no sense. Any clamping down on some of this stuff is nothing better than a safety feature. At the end of the day, it gives clarity, clearer sight, clearer vision. That's only a bonus. That is
absolutely,
only, and you can spin it wherever you want, but it is only a bonus. Mick, I had a chat with Mick. Mick has been talking to us a couple of times over some of the different stuff we've been testing out, different products. He'd always kind of, maybe give us a ring and ask a couple of questions, and he was asking about some of the various ones we've tested and price range. And one thing I did say to him before he actually took on the agency for this was, I always said, Mick, if you can get a unit that is up there with them and keep it under $2,000, that's where you need to be.
Absolutely, man, because you're going to hit a huge market there.
Huge market. It's like we spoke earlier on about, we're just talking about guns and we're talking about different stuff, and say the likes of the lads might go out there and say like a Pulsar, not a Pulsar, oh Jesus Christ, my head is gone. Rob's gun. What guns? Blazer. Say a Blazer, for instance. Yeah. But everyone knows Blazer are the creme de la creme. They're one of the best rifles that was ever made. They're beautiful. They're everyone wants them. They're expensive. Do you know what I mean? For some lads, do you know what I mean? Maybe 20% of hunters that's all they do. It makes perfect sense for them. Go spend your money anywhere because it's beautiful. I wouldn't probably be in a position. I wouldn't spend it. Even if I had it, I probably wouldn't. Do you know, because I fucking do another shit. But for the market, if you can keep, say, the gun that's $2,500, 80%, so you'll sell an awful lot more of them. And I think that's the most important thing with lads that are selling some of these thermals. Keep it affordable. You want to turn it out.
Look, I think across the, even we're looking here, there's infrareds here in front of us and pulsars and so on. There is a range of products within them that but as you rightly said, this is the creme de creme of the Thermtech, and she's up there with any of them. So, and for that type of money, that can only be good for the market anyway, because that'll bring the competition, and it'll also bring on, there's functionalities there. We've always said, every one we put in our hand, there's some little thing you might move it forward, this finger, or the lanyard, or the box, whatever. So, there's always some. If you could get like them all together, you'd probably take a little bit off each of them. But they're getting there to be, we started. I remember the first handheld thermals. I remember that it was the Helion, and it was the square one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And sure, we thought it was fucking magic, but it was big and bulky and long, and you know what I mean. It wasn't.
Wasn't there one button on that was way far forward?
Further to the top. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stuff like that, But of course, when it came out, it was fucking. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
So but it's true, lads like the boys in Centre Goal there, bringing in this kind of stuff. That's going to create competition and drive the functionality and stuff forward.
Talking about night visions, I remember one time there was some fella, I don't know who it was, but he was selling these night vision scopes. Do you remember the ones I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And we thought these were the business. There was like a screen, like a reverse camera screen on it. They were absolutely.
And it was like watching, do you know the old television where when there was nothing on, the black and white fucking static.
Yeah. But at the time when they come up, we were like, that is class.
Geez, you see an eye flashing. You know what I mean?
Honest to God, yeah.
Fucking tell you, think it's unreal. When you look back, man, probably fucking dangerous piece of kit.
Yeah, probably.
Do you know what I'm saying?
To be fair, probably.
You know?
Yeah. Honestly, we've come a long way.
We have, in a very short space of time. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, that's it. All I'm going to say about that, give the lads a shout. Go over, see them for yourselves, and make up your own mind. That's the whole of it.
So, Sandra Goal Ammo, get yourselves over.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the plan for the week? Are you heading out this weekend, or are you going to?
I'm doing a little bit of dog training on Friday at some stage. If I get a chance, Absal is back in hospital, so it's a little bit of up and down at the minute. But if I get a chance early Friday morning, I might just go up and have a little, just for an hour.
Yeah.
Have a peep. And I mightn't even bring the rifle. That'll
just be the Lord.
Yeah. I might and I mightn't.
See how we
I
go.
might just in case. but I just want to go up and just see if what's moving. That's all. Just for an hour.
For sure.
Get me boots on home side for a little bit.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of dog training. As I say, he's coming over. I think he's tipping on over to sports then. I think on Friday is his plan, and he's coming swinging back by me then, and he's going to show me the ropes and a little bit of dog training. He's probably learning from one of the top men in the country at the minute, and Mr. Jim Warren. So any knowledge I can grain off them lads, it'll be a day well worth it, you know.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Keep
Yourself?
No, I won't be doing much this weekend. No, I do actually want to grab the boat. I might bring the boat back down to yours. No, not the major now this weekend. Get everyone geared up. Need to give me gun a good cleaning. I actually kind of had provisionally put up an offer on the gun, but I haven't heard back from it yet. Semi-automatic. Okay. Because I do miss the single barrel. I do.
Yeah.
I want to be out there. So I'm just waiting to hear back what the story is with that. But yeah, no, I won't do a whole pile this week. Just while we sort out a bit of gear, I want to clean my rifle, sort out all my stuff. I want to put the 2 seats in the boat. Actually, we've a few bits and pieces to do with that. But she's looking well, man. I have to say, big thanks to Dave.
Big Mac.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Spectrum fiberglass. If anyone's looking for fiberglass on their boats,
I met him the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, he was coming into Super Value in Anfield, and the fucker didn't look the arrows, man. He's not great at looking at arrows, you know. So I was going out the arrow, and he was coming in the arrow, and I started to blow and beep, and I could see the blood pressure was running the head, and then he's wanting me give me the finger. I was there like dancing in the windscreen. For fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
He's some ticket. He is.
He's a sound boy.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was down doing me fucking recycle of the bottles, man.
That is one pain. But I done it on Sunday. It was the first time I ever done it. Yeah,
€53.
Holy shit! How many did you put in?
Well, I haven't done it since it started. I have a wheelie bin in the garage, and I throw the wheelie bin up in the back of the Jeep and into Super Value, wheel the wheelie bin over. And about 3 hours come up. Are you going to be much longer there? And I says, as long as it takes.
No way, man.
And then they start spitting them back out. Like you can't get a system going.
She get me. They were in a black bag, like, but some of the cans had a bit of coke in it. You know, to put your hand in and drag, and my hand was sticky, and I was to go in and do shopping, and I was going around, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this shop now?
You smell of stale beer and coke and sticky. Oh, jeez.
No, it was fucked. So they need to put a fucking handbase in beside them, basically, but I suppose it is a good idea.
The ones in Germany, man, they get the whole thing and just throw the whole bag.
Yeah, shame.
This thing goes...
spits it out. Boom.
No. We have one at a time.
X-ray the fucking thing. Yeah.
Then it goes, no, the barcode not detected. You take it out, you have to check where that little fucking R is.
Yeah.
Throw it back in, and the next thing goes in.
It's all destroying. It is now. Australia was the same, and just you go in and they heal up the bag, and I think they weighed it or something. And whatever way, it would just hand you money and
here's the irony: they're obviously still bringing down stuff from the fucking north or something. Because I came home with a bag full of bottles and cans that had no barcode at all in them. So instead of shops still fucking sell them, do you know what I mean?
Typical of Ireland, yeah.
But the irony is the machine won't take them, even if they didn't give you any money for them. Like, what am I supposed to do? Do you know what I mean?
No, just leave them there.
Is it not supposed to be for recycling? Surely should be a button that says, like, we're not going to pay you for it, but will you give us the bottle?
Give us the money.
Take the fucking thing.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Anyway, rant over.
Anyone that's heading out, keep us posted. We do love getting your measure. We're getting loads of meshes in. Have to say, I don't know what's happened. Did some of your like OnlyFans material leak or something? I don't know what's happened to this podcast. The numbers have just absolutely exploded
last week and the week before.
I can't put my finger on it. I don't exactly know why.
I know, it's me, man.
We've been nominated. It probably is It's probably more than
what are you joking about?
But we've been nominated for an award of the Irish Podcasting Awards.
I seen that, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was a piss take. Is that serious? Yeah,
that is serious, man. Yeah, there's a link there if people want to go in and vote. I think you have to vote or whatever. I don't put stress too much stress, but
we'll throw it up. I thought, man, you were after fucking doing this as a kind of fucking tongue.
No,
I didn't know that.
No. We're after been nominated for the Irish.
We'll be look. Lads, if you want to see fucking Tweed at the fucking Irish Podcast
you
Awards,
won't fucking see me wearing it. I guarantee you that.
Well, if we win, you're wearing it that night. You fucking you wear it.
No, I'll pull out. But no, thanks very much to all the listeners. We do really appreciate it. And as ever, any questions we get loads of messages in, but we do by and large reply to them. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Get in contact with us, and yeah, happy hunting.
Yeah, happy hunting. Stay safe. Stay hunting, lads.
Over now until the next one. Take it easy.